Perhaps one of the nice things about having a blog and a camera setup like this is that anytime I'm spurred to talk or to want to get a point across, I can just fire up the PC and do it. And that's what I'm doing this weekend. I hadn't planned on doing another piece. You can see I'm in my weekend garb. This is not as much as we've gone to HD. It's not a TV studio, so I could give a rip in terms of what I look like, but I'm going through a couple of things here, and just wanted to share some thoughts with you live. First of all, I am continuing the process of building an on-demand video library on our. I guess I'll stop calling it a beta site, but on the live stream channel, which is www.livestream.com/Don Miller TV. And it's going to take some time, but my intent is to continue to build a video library, content such as this, content such as recording when we do the live shows, and just pieces from time to time. So that's still in its infancy stage, and the idea again being that there'll be one composite place for this sort of thing. If you go to that site, by the way, there's a pre-recorded video that's always running, and I change that from time to time, just so that people who stumble across that will have something to view. But the on-demand videos are below that, and it's a relatively short list right now of only 5 or 6, but that's going to grow. So again, no charge, no cost, no hook. That's there. A couple things this weekend. I'm continuing to read through this book that I mentioned the other day, The Power of Full Engagement. It's written by Jim Loehr, Loehr, and Tony Schwartz. And this was sent to me by someone who is becoming a dear friend over the internet. And this, coupled with the discussion I had with my doctor, my personal trading psychologist that I referred to the other day. That process started today. Is reinforcing a couple of things in my mind, and anybody who's been through this blog, I guess since it started, probably knows maybe who I am better than my very close friends, and heaven forbid maybe some of my closest family. But I am obviously a type A. I have problems shutting down. I have a wonderful passion for this business, but at what point does passion turn into burnout? We saw that in trading last year. We see that affected in the workplace safety type discussions. Once or twice a year. You'll just have one of those days where everything seems to go wrong. And the kitchen sink gets thrown in, and you get hit by it and that kind of thing. And as I said yesterday or on Friday, that's life. That is just life in this business. Fighters get hit in the head. It's part of their job. That's part of what we do, and you have to accept that. And if you're trading for a career, I don't care how good you are, what type of system you have, or whether you're the top discretionary trader in the world, you're going to have days like that. It's just a fact. And so anyway, I'm rambling a little bit, but back to the type A, you got to take care of yourself. Those of us that have done this for quite some time and have gained at least some level of proficiency know that it really comes down to managing energy and managing focus. And I'm going to try to be better at that. It is hard for me to shut down. You ask my wife, you ask my kids. I could probably do a poll right now of anybody who's been following me over the past couple of years or last decade, and it's really hard for me to shut down. Even when I went off the grid, 2005, 2006, part of 2007, I was going full bore, and so I need to look to ways to continue to manage my energy better. I did when we looked for input in terms of the suggestions of things to do the other day, last week sometime, and that was one of the days I opened up the comments. One of the points I made toward the end of the comments was with respect to people that really wanted to continue to use this blog as a dialogue, as comments back and forth, and a couple of things. One, I want to make sure everybody understood that the reason I shut off the comments was not because I was disagreeing with the comments or posts or or anybody who's giving me a hard time, right? I want open discussion. I want open debate, and it's not about censorship at all, except for some jerks who just use it extremely inappropriately. The point became emphasized again when I'm reading this book, and I just want to read you a section of this. It's chapter 6 entitled "Mental Energy," page 95. And it talks back on the concept of fighting, which I alluded to in Friday's piece. Talks about let's see, one of the most vivid examples occurred in the late 1980s, and this is where the guy's talking about positive mental energy. Late 1980s, where Jim received a call from middleweight boxing champion Ray Boom Boom Mancini, with whom he was working. I'm really concerned, Mancini said. I had a negative thought in the ring today. Just one negative thought, Jim answered, a little incredulous. You don't understand, Doc, Mancini said. A single negative thought is what gets you hit in the face. This business, in my view, is all about managing your energy, managing your mindset. I want to be around positive people. Right? It's contagious. It gets you into a situation where everybody's building each other up, and that's what you need in this business. So do I accept critique? Since I'm a very public figure, obviously, in this industry, now that I've decided to go back online a couple of years ago, I should accept what goes with that, and I totally get that. But the trader side of me can't and doesn't want to have negative thoughts enter my mind, and that's just the way it has to be. So as I straddle this fine line between blogger, educator, and trader, and the trading is still most important to me. I have to manage that energy, and this is reminding me of that. My own coach is reminding me of that from an objective perspective. So. Again, this is, by the way, this is a great book. This is going to join my list. I've got 3 right now: The Tao of Poker, Golf is Not a Game of Perfect, and The Psychology of Trading. And this is going to be number 4 in terms of, I think, some of the best money you can spend, and this goes for $16. Okay, great stuff. A quick comment to the jellies who are in the ongoing room. I thought last week. Toward the end of last week, for those that aren't involved in that effort, we're struggling at times with, again, how do you take an ongoing group and create synergy without distracting from that intense focus that you need to have over the course of the day, and it's been a work in progress, this ongoing communication link, and I think we finally hit our stride late last week. The structure, the everybody looking, for that really meaty setup, and you get one of those a week, and that there's the month for you, and we hit that stride, I think, late last week. So just a quick comment to those folks. I think that's great. I want to keep it up. What else? What else do I want to talk about? Dr. Brett's had some great stuff again on his blog lately. If you haven't checked it out, please do so. Traderfeed.blogspot.com. One of the nice things that I certainly agree with is when you look at any training, I think you really do have to look at something long term. We've tried to do something here that's not a day or a weekend, but it's a month. And again, I can't think of any better way to do it. I just can't, and certainly that takes some energy. But kudos to Brett for calling it like it is. That's really it for now. I just wanted to pass those thoughts on to you. Have a great rest of the weekend. I'm going to go continue to recharge my batteries and be back at trading on Monday. So catch you later. Have a great weekend.